4 builders moving forward. Tatoh is not joking around here. He's actually going to attempt the towers here. First game of Arena Classic round of 32, by the way. Here we go. Just caught up with the live here and was wondering for a moment if that was the an outpost, but that's of course a tower. Tatoh is going through to a late aggression here. He is Cuman, so this might have some merit to it. We know that Tatoh has lots of experience with extended privilege. He goes for Power Rush with a second PC on the stone. To be fair, this is a top pro player versus a 1600 elo player, so we'll see how Maxhet deals with this. The Vintage Arena script has had the Dark Age walls buffed, so this is going to take Tatoh a long while to break through here. He does have access to feudal age ramps, so that's certainly an option, but for the time being, Maxhet is probably going to... It's actually just re-stone walling behind. I guess why not? Just buy some more time here. Might lose a villager along the way. Does he have Loom? Yeah, he has Loom. And he just really wants to keep Tatoh out here, understandably so. Greatly enough though, Tatoh is with 1 second of idle TC time here and is about to complete his second feudal age TC as well, so even with this tower rush efforts, when he eventually gets in, he's going to have potentially have an eco advantage. And... just find another piece of wall to pound away at here. I mean, Maxhet doesn't seem too stressed out by the aggression here. It's just re-walling. Here comes that defensive tower, which is arguably somewhat of a commitment there, but that's just going to delay the aggression of Tatoh even more. Who is of course committed to feudal age now, seeding more farms around the TC. Eco upgrades are in, and Maxhet has been distracted enough not to be able to go straight for the next age here either. Pleb Chariot in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Here comes a barracks from Tatoh. Is he going to go rams and spears here? Is he playing the extended feudal age maybe? Or he is playing the extended feudal age, but no, archers. Okay, towers and archers. Human towers, yeah, it's a little bit of everything here. Here comes the archers as well. The ranges and stables of the humans cost only 100 wood, so there's a little bit of savings there. And behind this, Tatoh is running 2 town centers somehow as well. It's fantastic eco management here with the 4 on stone, more farms going up here as well. So Tatoh is establishing a solid builder's lead over Maxhet, who is just about to reach the castle age here. Yeah, I mean, if you're able to manage the economy like Tatoh is doing here, this is obviously very strong, because you keep the enemy on their tiptoes, and you're establishing a massive eco lead at home, so you could basically eventually go castle age if you need to close it out. But so you can see there are more villagers, not really more villagers forward. Tatoh is now sending villagers in archers inside of the towers so that he can free up the villagers, but here comes the siege workshop as well. I don't think Tatoh means to go castle age this game at all. I think it's just going to make rams, make spears, maybe some archers, and then we'll just push into the Malay base. Maxhet, however, is in the castle age, but that stone is soon going to be off limits, so it's not going to be easy for Max here to get a defensive castle up, right? He's about to lose the defensive tower. Tatoh will make a battering ram once he can afford it to break the walls and build it more easily. And then all hell is loose inside Maxhet's base, who is, with a pretty fragile economy here, will be able to defend with siege weapons of his own though. Yeah, look at the farm economy back at Tatoh's base now. 13 farms should be enough to afford 2 TC's constant production now. It's on gold as well for the archers. He didn't even collect the two pigs over the last year. How is he affording all this? I don't get it. But he is going crazy with the feudal age push here. 3 towers here to just deny Maxhet any expansion outside of the base. Of course, Max could move to the side here. But Tatoh is with all the map control now. He's reading the map well as well, considering the short distance between the walls. It's not far for the villagers to move at all. Now he's going double stables and he's going to use his feudal age scouts to deal with the siege defense of Max here. And as you can see, these 3 closely collected towers about to get fletching as well is enough to keep the mangonel from taking down these towers. You have archers to boost the firing rate and attack as well. And now Tatoh is officially in. Nah, Tatoh is gonna stay feudal age. He's got a separate account called Feudal Boy, you know, where he got to 2k plus playing only feudal age, so and further. So he's the feudal age expert. More rams popping in here. 56 villagers now to the 39 of Maxhet, who is with 2 TCs and is now making elephants here to... Well, I mean, it's not like Tatoh is going to have any monks, so elephants actually kind of make sense here. They can't get converted. They're really expensive, but they're also a very tanky unit at this point in the game, when Tatoh doesn't have any responses other than spearmen, maybe, that have bonus damage against mounted units. Also quick walling in his stone miners, so Max will be able to continue mining stone and maybe get a defensive castle up. Tatoh, however, is in with 1 scout and is making the best of that one, moving around the area to just confirm how many TCs Max might be at. For all Tatoh knows, Maxhet could be on 3 or 4 TCs now, right? Obviously, it's been disturbed enough for that not to really be affordable, but still wants to scout the inside of them and check what's up here. Yeah, Tatoh making the spears now. It's basically his best option against the elephants at this point. But and they are Malay elephants, so they don't have bloodlines. They don't have husbandry. Well, they do have husbandry actually, but they don't have bloodlines, so they are less tanky than other elephants. And they're actually going down to the Tower of Fire and the archers here. So as long as you flood enough feudal age units, you'll be quite okay here. So Tatoh is determined to close this one out in the feudal age. He's just having plain old fun in the with the never-ending feudal age here. He's going straight for the siege workshop so that his battering rams can roam freely about without needing to worry about mangonels taking them out. And as you can see, again, a decent mass of feudal age archers with fletching is still enough to keep this aggression up. I don't know why it's speeded up there, but we're going to keep it on normal speed until the GG, that's probably why. And Maxhet failing to get the defensive tower. Good reaction to the thrush, though, stone walling a tile behind so that Tatoh at least wouldn't get in for a while, but the Ecumen's economy behind this is just ridiculous. 29 farms now. Tatoh could just idle or use a market to go castle age anytime, but he doesn't need to. He just pushes with the overwhelming amount of unit, confident that he has the eco advantage. 1-0 Tatoh. And we'll have a look at the stats and await the next lobby ID. Yeah, 3k more eco score for Tatoh there, a little bit of everything. Would be able to castle drop in the castle edge should he ever go there. Thanks, Max. Remember, it's best of 5, if you can hear this. It's an error in the challenge bracket, which I should just fix it right away, come to think of it. Because that's quite important. So let's make that best of 5. This should also be best of 5. All of these are best of 5. What am I messing around with here? Why did I even put this up if I didn't mean to? Yeah, finally it's best of 7. Perfect. Yeah. Fingers crossed the players have read the handbook. I don't really have access to the draft, so let's just see if we can find the next game through the lobby ID here. Find custom game. They have launched already. Perfect. So let's just dive right into the next one. I appreciate the players being efficient with this, moving into the next stage. I know they put them speculate. Okay, good. So I'll have to wait a moment. In the meantime, we have the Sims here. We have Maxhet with the Italians, Tatoh with the Burgundians. So Tatoh maybe wants to go feudal age again if the map allows. We'll keep an eye on the vintage arena generation here, because you could get very close spawns. You could get various spawns pretty far away. Middle playing field varies a lot from one generation to another. So Italians have cheaper age apps, which allows for a fast in-play, for example. Yes, in theory you could go Monk Crush against the Burgundians as well if Tatoh decides to go boom mode, if the map warrants that, but he seems to enjoy feudal age pressure on arena, so we'll just have to see what they make of this one. But now we got to get to watch it from the very beginning here, hopefully. There we go. Oh, it's even closer than the previous one. Oh, it's one of those. I mean, if you get imagine if you get the castle up here, you control 4 freaking golds if you're able to castle drop in the middle of the bases here. There's literally no space in between the... I mean, I've seen closer. It could be as close as this, but this is like 16 pallets between the walls, maybe 20. So this is going to be a tower rush again, I think, for either of them. Max probably doesn't want to attempt it, given he's up against a much stronger player, and the walls are at 1800 HP, as you can see in the Dark Age here, so it's not easy to break through. All of the resources are inside. The sheep, deer, and boars, they can spawn outside on the Vintage Arena, but there's no guarantee that you do receive them. So neutral varies in the middle here, not that that makes much of a difference, but if you are in the meme mood, you could easy or collect those if you drop a castle in the middle there, of course. Confirming that there's a real short distance between the bases here. That's going to give you some idea as to what strategy you might go for in these kinds of matchups. And yeah, of course, just standard arena stuff, pushing in deer, going for your wood investment. Curious to see when Tatoh decides to get the eco upgrades here, if he's going to get both double bit and horse collar before kicking up. At least double bit is quite common to get at the 11th villager or so, or basically as soon as we can afford it. But we'll keep an eye out for that, of course, to see how the plays out. Here you could in theory just mill the berries and long distance hunt the deer. They're not that far off, but when everything is inside your walls, you might as well just push the resources towards your town center as well. The reason they're scouting outside, by the way, this early and not inside for the sheep is that the sheep might spawn outside, so you don't want them getting lamed, so you check the outside of your walls first to be on the safe side. But now, of course, having scouted the outside, Max knows that the sheep has to be inside, or have to be inside, so it's just a matter of time before he finds them. Still, I didn't find the back sheep, actually. That's a bit unfortunate. If Max doesn't find those, that's 200 food delayed, or I wouldn't say lost, but if you start seeding farms to compensate for this, then he might actually assume that the sheep are lost at this point. That's unfortunate. It's not that big of a deal. It's 200 food, and as the Italians with the cheaper up, it doesn't impact you or affect you nearly that much, but of course you want to have all your food available as you go on. Both floors brought in by Max here, and for Tatoh as well, and the hunt looks like double bit. And horse color is coming in here before Tatoh clicks up. He's going for more villagers in the Dark Age here. It's going to be like a 24 pop feudal age maybe or something, if I'm going to speculate, just looking at the number of villagers queued here. Burgundians definitely with a stronger economy leading into the next stage here. And those sheep are just going to stay unconverted, I guess, like Tatoh's 2 sheep the previous game. Okay, does Maxhet have Genoese crossbowmen in mind here maybe? Going to get that defensive castle up at the very least. Or it could even go down here if you have the army map control to do so. The relic collection is going to be fairly easier for whoever assumes the map control the earliest here. Looks like they're going up at relatively comparable times here, except Max still has one villager. Wait, they both have villagers in queue before the feudal age. They're going to go up at virtually the same time here. And admittedly, Tatoh with a stronger economy here. See, didn't see a single farm before horse color. You can see the food count here. It's quite different. I think it gives like 75 more food or something off the top of my head. But Burgundians, good call against... no, Burgundians likely going to go cavalry in some effect, right? So might as well want to get your castle up as the Italians and have the option of Genoese crossbowmen. I guess Italians in theory could go fast in monk tribes as well, but if that were the case here, then Max would have had way more farms and a heavier investment on gold. Rex is up for Tatoh, going to be the blacksmith stable castle age here maybe, to start contesting the middle and collect those relics, which will benefit the Burgundians even more than generic civilizations, because as you get to the late game with Burgundians and you get your unique technology, you'll be able to collect. That's a tech, right? It's not seed bonus. Let me check. To generate food in addition to gold from relics. A nice little trickle that could come in handy. Yeah, the Burgundian Vineyards is actually a Castle Age tech, so not that you'll see players getting it in Castle Age usually, but it's definitely an option. So, Blacksmith Market up for Maxhet, Blacksmith Stable for Tatoh, and presumably Tatoh is going to be assuming some middle control now, or map control in the middle with scouts and spears now, to prepare to collect the relics, which will be beneficial in the very late game. Scouts fight incoming, okay, Tatoh gets the first hit. And Max might as well just get out of here, because that's a fight he can't win. Yeah, saves the scout cab there. Still wants to be out on the field to keep an eye out for any monks or other army investment from Tatoh, maybe. Continues scouting here just to... Maybe he's looking for the last relic, no? He's found all the relics. No, wait, he's looking for the last relic. That's over here, so that's probably why he's scouting, wants to know the location of the last relic as well. Tatoh with 2 scouts out now, Spearmen as well, assuming the map control nicely here before that Castle Age kicks in. 4 gold as well, so popping out a few monks is not going to be a big issue here. Also 9 farms already for Tatoh with those juicy eco upgrades here, which means that a relatively fast Imperial Age would not be too improbable from Tatoh here. Burgundians have good gunpowder options in there. Hand cannoneers and bombard cannons, I believe. So, oh, double monsters! Either he really wants those relics, or he's actually going to push with monks here with the Burgundians, which is not necessarily your go-to with Burgundians, but they have a very open texture. They're only missing heresy and theocracy, so. So they have most of the options you need for a good monk rush. However, heresy in situational uses could be very handy when going for the monks. Italians have a wide monk tech tree as well, so monk defense could be an option for Maxhet should it come to that. For now though, just dropping that nice castle at home base here, protecting the main gold. And that's actually a heavy gold investment here. I wonder what Maxhet is up to here. Dropping a 1-3 as well, wants to try and contest the middle. Now it's probably just to speed up the relic collection, right? Fervor for the monk speed as well. And maybe it's just because of Burgundy's eco that you could easily just drop a couple of 1-3s, and third TC coming here. Tatoh is going boom mode here, and again reading the map well here, because this is a very open back area for both players. It's a booming map. This would be another great TC spot for Tatoh, right on the woodland and stones here. Back gold as well. It's going to be really hard to punish Tatoh's economy in any way here, while he's already collecting a couple of the relics here. Max is going Imperial Age behind this. And the monster, he is going the monk traps. And it's admittedly... Oh, it's the Italians, of course. Italians, they need less food and gold to go to the castle and Imperial Ages. It makes sense now. I said it looked like he had too few farms, too few on gold, etc. But here is with two monsters. Maybe Tatoh is expecting this, since he's gone with the double monsters of his own. Or it's just coincidental that he just really wanted to collect these relics and claim the map control for it. But you can read it up times and estimate what the opponent might be up to. So could be that Tatoh is expecting this exactly, and he's not going to be able to go Imperial Age of his own just yet. The workshop Tatoh, he already has some monks. He wants to move in and punish Max to the best of his ability. The eco is looking pretty decent as well. 21 farmers now, 4 on gold, but that passive relic gold income is also going to boost the gold income for Tatoh to be able to go to the Imperial Age at a decent time here. I don't think... I've seen the castle, so never mind. Scout confirms that there's at least one monastery, which means that there's likely more behind here. This is, I mean, monk trebs, past imp monk trebs, not unheard of on Arena at all. Let's have a quick look at the monk text here. Only Sanctity for Maxhet for now, so even if he wanted to convert to Ram, he couldn't just yet. Oh, Petards and Genoese as well, so that's it's not just monks here, it's a little bit of everything here. Making use of the structures at his disposal. Block printing is in for the monks, isn't it? So +3 range for the Italian monks here. And no redemption yet, otherwise you could convert the siege weapons and or the siege workshop in the middle here as well. The Treb is just idling out for now, but I guess Max could use that to take out the siege workshop from within his own walls, actually. Should he want to, but he may be a little bit freaked out about what's going on here as well. Oh, nice attack round from Tatoh there, getting one of the villagers. And another one! Oh, man! That hurts as well. Maxhet is with a very fragile economy here, barely any eco at all. Just going for the path imp here and hoping to punish Tatoh with the monks and trebs, but Tatoh is pushing inside of Max's space instead. Oh, nice. Nice conversion of the ram there. That was really quick. Genoese crossbowman could probably get the scout here, at least. Yep, easy kill there. And that's what I was talking about, the Trebs taking out the siege workshop in the middle. Genoese getting close enough. Wait, I converted that one. Perfect. So 1 for 1 there, but that's fine, because that Mangonel didn't cost Max anything. Good attack round there. Is ready to move out now with the Trebs. Even a couple of petards here to break the walls to get the monks in even more quickly here. And the Genoese, I guess, will serve as a useful unit to take out the spearmen of Tatoh as well. By the way, Tatoh is very close to Imperial Age here, close to being able to afford a castle, and obviously with a ridiculously strong economy here compared to what Max is up to. He gets the gate, has the monks moving out, but the clock is ticking really fast now. Tatoh will probably be able to scramble like a castle here, given the massive eco advantage he has with the builders and everything here. He could easily get a defensive castle in a good spot here. Not that that would do much with the traps out on the field, but it could buy time for whatever Tatoh might want to do here. Is actually going into skirmishers here, probably because of the monks, so that... I mean, the skirmishers, if you convert the skirmisher, that's not going to give you anything, right? So that's sometimes why you see people adding trash options against monks movement like this. Tatoh already relocated the relics as well. He has all 5 relics in the back now. Does lose a stable to the Italians player here, which gives Max the option of adding knights, for example, against the skirmishers here then. And I talk about skirmishers against sort of the monk push, but there are Genoese here as well, so of course Tatoh wants to deal with those as well. So that's probably why he went for the elite skirmishers as well, to have a response to the Genoese crossbowmen pushing in there. Tatoh not freaking out here, barely lost a single unit. In fact, he hasn't lost a villager yet. It's Tatoh has killed 3 villagers off Max. So it's more than twice the villagers, and look at these guys, they're just going to take the opportunity to go for a... yeah, I don't even know where he's probably going to drop a castle over here or something and make some offensive move with the castle instead. He's also getting block printing of his own and chemistry, so that Bombard cannons could be on the menu for Tatoh here. Forward Siege Workshop for Max now is obviously at a huge eco disadvantage against the Burgundians here, but I have to say this push is giving Max something here. It's going into skirmishes of his own as well. Did lose most of the monks though, but there are 5 monks in the queue from the monsters, so Maxhet is all in there. He's not going to give up on anything. Will need something against the skirmishes, maybe Scorpions, Mangonels, no, not Mangonels, because the monks will convert them from a distance. Yeah, I'm not sure what Max does here. He can't really afford to lose the armies. I don't even know what happened to the villagers over here, but maybe they moved back into the base. Looks like Tatoh is weathering the storm here. He's going to deal with the trebuchets now with mainly skirmishers. And he's also made redemption. He's gonna convert the trebuchets now! Oh, why make trebs of your own, Tatoh, when you can just convert the enemy ones? And that's 400 wood and gold down the drain for Max there, and it really hurts not having heresy now. And the 11 GG is gold. It's obviously, again, Max is in the high 1600s. Tatoh is a pro player, so I think, still think Max is doing well here with the approaches here. We'll have a look at the stats, then we'll search up the next lobby for the 3rd game of this best of 3. Pretty similar uptimes here, but Burgundians with the massive eco advantage. Actually, Tatoh 10 seconds less of idle time as well, so reaching the castle age a bit quicker. Twice the villager count, and just held off nicely there with the Burgundians. Economy, as we all know, is so strong overall. I guess we'll find the lobby ID and grab the next one as well. I'm not hosting a game. I'm going to search it in the spectate client here. Here we go. Poles Gurjaras. Ooh, I'm looking forward to seeing Tatoh play the Gurjaras here. Obviously, they've been proving strong on Arena, I'd say. Or I might be mixing them up. Hold on, let's have a look here. Well, they start with extra food, right? They start with 2 extra forage bushes. They also actually have a... I was going to say a decent monk tech tree, but they're missing block printing, so scratch that. They're also missing faith, which could be significant in a monk's war. Maxhet with the poles though could of course go YOLO men at arms. No, not men at arms. YOLO towers and try to delay Tatoh a bit that way. But the walls have been buffed to limit the impact of tower rushes. But poles, folwark, economy behind your walls really boosts your food income. Great economy. Winged hussars for the late game and your discounted knights as well, not to mention the obuch from the castle, so there's definitely potential for different kinds of plays here. The Gurjaras mounted units, they deal 50% bonus damage, which means that their heavy camels, for example, and their Shri Bamsha rider for that matter, maybe we'll see that from Tatoh here also. Deal extra damage. They have a unique tech where the military units cost 25% less food. And extra melee armor for the camel riders and elephant archers with the Frontier Guards Imperial Age tech. Also, the camel and elephant units are upgraded faster. Maybe we'll see some kind of elephant archer masterpiece from Tatoh here. Oh, and look at this spawn. They're so close. This is the kind of generation where you could actually tread the opponent's walls from inside your own base, which is ridiculous. But that's vintage arena for you. Small playing field again here. They're just spawning closer and closer here. Some sheep outside as well. Let's see if... Oh, it's a pity that Max went in this direction first. Sheep and deer outside. Oh... I'm kind of guessing Tatoh won't be stealing the sheep here. So he's at a massive... Well, he is taking them. I mean, laming is allowed. So no, and these could be Tatoh's own sheep, for all he knows. They are, in fact, Max's. And Camel Rider wins that fight just barely. 2 extra sheep for Tatoh, unless he sends them back. Let's see. Nah, Tatoh, yeah, he's sending them over, I think. I think that only makes sense when you're playing against a player like 700, 800 elo below, if I'm not mistaken. Then you really don't need that extra food. Fair play award to Tatoh today for that one. And no food advantage for either player here, so... And of course you'd get by quite okay with both poles and Gujaras here anyway. I mean, Gujaras could benefit from those extra 2 sheep, of course. That gives an additional little food trickle from your mill. But I don't think Tatoh needs that advantage. So already beginning this preemptive walls behind here. Tatoh seems very heavy on food here. He just now went to the lumber camp. And funny enough, he didn't scout his second boar, so maybe he thinks there have been boars outside being lamed. Bit sloppy scouting at home base here, but it's not an immediate rush. You have that food trickle from the mill. You're already on berries and still eating that boar, so... I think Tatoh is going to find it in due time over here. Here comes the bulwark from Maxhet that also provides some population space for his villagers or army or whatever. 5 population space per bulwark, saving you a tiny bit of wood, and in the meantime Tatoh has found that last boar just in time for the other one to deplete and a minimum of idle villager time here. I mean, Tatoh knows by now that the distance is so short. Maybe he'll actually go for the feudal age aggression here again. He's quite... No, now he's more wood, so I guess that's off the book now. Would be interesting to see how the Gujaras perform in the feudal age tower rush like Tatoh did the first game with humans, but guess he's not interested. Ooh, that's a nice trick. He's not interested in risking it. Stone for Maxhet here, going to the village. It's actually... Again, they don't find... What's with this? Okay, he knows about the sheep, he just didn't convert them yet. I was worried here he would be late with the sheep or not find them at all. First farm going around the full bark here. It's a rather quick feudal age here for Maxhet. It means that that's probably not going to go straight to the castle, especially not looking at the stone investment here. Maxhet is going for the towers, and considering is the poles here, that stone income is going to provide a minor trickle of gold as well. There's 8 of wood for Max here, which means that we might be seeing an archery range added as well. Here comes the barracks. So it's going to be towers and archers from Maxhet. It's becoming an increasingly popular strategy on Arena these days, but it's going to be less efficient on Vintage Arena because the walls are stronger, way stronger. So second tower rush of the set coming in from Maxhet's side here. Pretty decent timing here, just a few seconds away from the walls when the feudal age sets in, which will lead Tatoh to understand that a thrush is in fact coming. You have to expect it from the poles, though. Here comes the range as well. And Loom not being rushed here by Max, but is coming. Only 4 villagers. The 5th villager doesn't really give any attack output from the tower anyway, but obviously you'll be able to build the towers more quickly. Yeah, this is going to take a while, but at least if that tower completes, it's going to be more awkward for Tatoh to wall behind, but he could place a layer of walls in this direction here, or funnel the aggression in towards the TC on either side, and he should be fine. Like a couple of houses here, a couple of foundations here. Here comes the market, right? Maybe the blacksmith as well. And then Tatoh is good to go with the defensive buildings here. It's going to take quite a while to break through here. And I think this villager is attacking this wall as well. Archers inside the tower providing some cover fire there, makes it tougher to react behind, and Tatoh just placing some stone walls, foundation on this side, blacksmith on this side. The resources nice in the back here, by main gold in the back, and the main stone also fairly far in the back here. So the only thing in threatened by this aggression currently is that little 3-tile forward gold of Tatoh here, so I don't really see that as a huge issue for Tatoh, given the gold behind it. Tatoh isn't even on stone, he doesn't mean to place any defensive towers here, it's fine, this aggression isn't going anywhere. Also, the woodline is perfectly far enough away for an additional tower not to reach that one.
Gotowa jest.
Gotów jestem.
So 2 more towers going down here. Max is also getting that gold trickle from the stone mining still. Obviously denying this gold here now. Does he have fletching for the archers? Not yet. It's tough to afford the range with this kind of aggression. The blacksmith, sorry, when making this kind of aggression. In the meantime, Tatoh with second town center and a siege workshop to defend here. These first few towers not going to be too much of an issue for Tatoh to deal with. And unfortunately for Maxhet, the stones and golds are in the back here, so that's the issue here. If the resources had been forward, this tower rush might have actually been a lot more, or it would have been a lot more successful, because you'd be more easily deny resources with your units here. At this point, maybe Max should actually consider passing through here, at least with a scout, just to gain some intel as to what's going on here. Or he could move in with the scout now just to get some idea. He seems to have town patrol in, so that provides some extra vision. And confirms that the second DC is going up here on stone. Yeah, Tatoh hasn't even lifted an eyebrow here in terms of reacting to the aggression. He's now making one mangonel to keep the aggression out. It is covered by Town Center Fire here. Of course, that's going to cause some idle villager working time, but behind this, Tatoh is going to establish a, or technically he has the villager lead because he's 1 age ahead of Maxhet here, who will be clicking up eventually once enough gold has been collected to do so. So kind of the same approach as Tatoh in the first game here, some towers in the front side here to make it a lot more awkward for Tatoh to push out with any kind of economy or military units from this direction at least. So I don't mind those extra towers here. Poles, I assume poles get guard towers as well, so you could even warrant an upgrade later on for the same purposes, cover fire and whatnot. Archers instead of towers, providing cover fire. Still no fletching. Probably still no blacksmith. But unfortunately for Max, the aggression isn't making too much of a difference here. Tatoh with the monastery as well now. He wants to start collecting those relics. In fact, he didn't scout them, but there's one right outside here, which is close enough for Tatoh to easily collect. A couple of mangonels here, dealing with the archers as well. Didn't get a, got one of them here, but didn't get the others. And the archers will stay alive as they are garrisoned inside the towers, but not for long now with 2 mangonels pushing. Uh-oh. Yeah, they're fine. They're moving out. Pretty sure Tatoh is happy with the situation now. He's with 43 villagers to 39. He's pushing away the aggression with a minimum of effort here. A couple of mangonels and a camel. That's all this made. It's also with 3 villagers on stone now. Are we actually going to see the unique unit? The chakram thrower? Could be. In the meantime, Max is preparing to make some cavalry here, moving up. 1 minute to go for the cast age, of course. Just a couple of knights might clean up these mangonels, but Tatoh already has monks out, so... And 1 relic collected for now. Scouting, that's probably the starting scout. Now become a camel rider for Tatoh. Unique unit of the... Good jars right there, camel scout. Ooh, forward castle for Max here. At least it kind of... It's like semi-forward and it's protecting the 2 golds on this side. There's definitely military here to protect as well. That camel might go down to the archers. Crossbow bodkin coming in. But I mean, crossbows against Gujaras. You make a couple of Shrivamsha riders from your stable, and then there's nothing Max can do with these crossbows. Because the Shrivamsha rider has the ability to dodge projectiles. But it's obviously not, it's a few more crossbows in the making here. I mean, it's gonna work until Tatoh makes them to deal with them. The crossbows aren't going to last long because the Shrivamsha riders of Tatoh, it doesn't need to make anything else, could just make like 5, 6 Shrivamsha riders here and it deals with the large group of crossbows. I think it's another fat team from Max. Yeah, you're probably right, Pleb Chariot. Looks like the gold investment is going to show the Imperial Age being clicked here soon, but Tatoh isn't too far off either, so their Imperial Ages might not be too far off each other. Tatoh also snagging the 3rd relic here. And there's not even a monastery for Max at this point, so he's not going to be able to collect any relics just yet. Well, it looks like it's going to be the Arbalest here from Maxhet. Is going for some more ranges over here and is not currently producing. Seems a bit low on wood, 9 on wood. Also only double bit axe here. It's obviously a vulnerable economy when you go for Tower Rush into Fast Imperial Age. But Arbalest upgrade should be affordable. Maybe Bracer in without too much effort as well. In the meantime, Tatoh is also on the way to Imperial Age, and the difference is minuscule here, so just a few seconds away, and not even 10 seconds between them. And that's really bad news from Max, even though Tatoh doesn't really have any military just yet. Tatoh has the superior economy by far by, yeah, 30 villagers more, but it's still significant. I love that gate foundation there from Tatoh, just blocking any pathing from Maxhet over in this area. Has to be so annoying. Smart move actually on this height map. You could even wall this area here if you want to extend your area and say these two goals don't really lead to. Stable coming for Max as well. Does he have these Shirivamsha riders in mind maybe? He's seen the ranges. No, he hasn't actually, but he's seen the castle. And this is going to turn into a Trebs war, well, where Tatoh has a superior economy to produce more Trebs more easily. Tatoh not waiting in time here. He's obviously going to make some defensive trebuchets, but he's also going to move through here maybe for some raids on the very much fragile economy of Max. The castle is forward, so Max doesn't have any defenses aside from his own soon-to-be Arbalists here. Bracer is already in. That's usually a good idea to get Bracer before Arbalest, and then finally you'll need chemistry as well. Looks like Max doesn't really have a university, so that could be an issue on the road to the full upgrades. But with Bracer and Arbalest, you outrange Mangonels, so Mangonels shouldn't be able to get any hits in on you. 2 traps now for Tatoh, and he's getting what's that? Unique tech again. That's oh, military units are cheaper, so 25% less food for military units. That means cheaper camels for Tatoh, and the camel units or mounted units also attack faster, so Tatoh might have some mad camels in mind. He's getting all of the mounted unit upgrades here. Looks like Tatoh could risk losing the defensive castle here. It's not. He's still mining stone, so he should be alright. He's sending more villagers to repair. Is he gonna lose it? He's losing it. And now the arms are free to move in here. Maybe Max could get some proper damage in here, in fact. But now it's the elite Shirivamsha. I was saying the camels. Of course, he's getting the Shirivamsha riders, which also benefit from all of the upgrades Tatoh has been getting. And now I'm looking forward to see these elite units fully upgraded, at least defense-wise. Elite Shirivamsha riders. They can dodge arrow projectiles. That's just oh, he doesn't even care. He's just moving in to raid the Maxhet space. It makes sense. All of Max's army is forward. So what's Max going to do at home against these raids? It doesn't have any response, and you can't garrison the TC either because the Shuramshires will just dodge your projectiles, and yeah, it's going to take lots of eco losses here. And even if Max broke the castle at home base from Tatoh, the counterattack is not quite an option. Ha! Good pressure, interesting approach from Maxhet, but the fact that the walls are stronger by default from the Dark Age makes it a lot more awkward to go for the Tower Rush aggression. Of course, Max knows that he's against an opponent, it's going to be very, very hard to win against, so might as well just try some unconventional approaches and have some fun with it. But GG, well played. Thanks for participating to Maxhet, and good luck to Tatoh in the round of 16, which will actually feature the new DLC Sibs as a pool of civilizations to choose from in one of the rounds. Yeah, it was a tough matchup for you as well, regardless of Elo, yeah, maybe. Good Jaras are strong on Arena, it appears.